All right, let's make some money, people. Let's dive right into it as far as this weekend's games and my amazing picks, which are going to make you rich so you can retire, buy a boat, and not care about anything. Georgia, Missouri. Georgia, 39-point favorites at home against Missouri. Is Missouri that bad, really? You got to take Missouri. 39 points. Come on now. Georgia's great. Missouri will probably score 3 points, but that means Georgia has to score like 40 plus. Just take Missouri in the 39. Ohio State, Nebraska. This is a low one. Nebraska is only getting 15 points at home. Take Ohio State to cover that 15. I would also take the over. I think they're going to thump Nebraska on the road. So Ohio State covering the 15. Wake Forest, North Carolina. Wake Forest is getting 2.5 points, even though they're the number 9 team in the country at UNC. Listen, they're not as talented as North Carolina, but they're a better football team. So take Wake Forest as the road dog here. I think they're going to win by a field goal. So that's why I'm saying take Wake Forest. Liberty, Ole Miss. Ole Miss 9.5. Ole Miss going to cover. Ole Miss and the over as well. So Ole Miss take the 9.5. Give the 9.5 to Liberty. They can have it. I don't care if Hugh Freeze is coming back or not. Illinois, Minnesota. Minnesota favored by 14.5 over a very bad Illinois football team that beat Penn State somehow. Take Illinois to cover the 14.5. I don't believe Minnesota can run the football, and they're big and physical up front. But I think this could be a low-scoring game, and I think Illinois can stay within 2 touchdowns. Pitt and Duke. Pitt favored by 21 on the road at Duke. Take Duke. Duke's bad. They're really bad, and Pitt's going to be angry, looking to come back. But I don't know if I'd ever give Pitt 21 points with anybody. Maybe UNLV or UConn or somebody, but take Duke to cover that 21. They're not going to win, but they'll cover. Michigan State at Purdue. Michigan State favored by 3. Take Michigan State. Do not bet against them. Mel Tucker, until he proves to me he should be bet against. Take Michigan State to obviously win that game outright by more than a field goal. Tulsa, Cincinnati. Cincinnati favored by 22.5. They're angry. They're number 6 in the playoff. They're going to put up a whooping on Tulsa. They're going to cover that 22.5. Navy, Notre Dame. Notre Dame favored by 21. Take Notre Dame. Nope. Kidding. Take Navy. Navy always gives Notre Dame trouble. Navy's a bad football team, but I really do think that they'll be able to cover these 3 touchdowns. So take Navy to cover the 21. Oklahoma State, West Virginia. Oklahoma State favored by 3.5 on the road. I like Oklahoma State to cover this, win by 10. Baylor, TCU. TCU obviously finishing the Gary Patterson era. Baylor favored by 6.5 on the road at TCU. TCU is not a very good football team. Baylor should cover that 6.5. Auburn, Texas A&M. A&M favored by 4.5. I like A&M here. It's a good game. Bo Nix has been playing well, but A&M at home, very difficult to beat. They should cover that 4.5. Idaho and BYU. Jaron Hall is going to put up some big numbers. There's absolutely no line on this. BYU, obviously. It's not Idaho. It's Idaho State. Doesn't matter. Wisconsin, Rutgers. Wisconsin favored by 13 on the road at Rutgers. Give me Rutgers in this one. I don't know why. I just don't believe Wisconsin's a consistent football team, and I think Rutgers is better than people think. So give me Rutgers to cover the 13, not win the game, but cover. Mississippi State, Arkansas. Arkansas favored by 5 at home against the number 17 in the country. 17th team in the country. Why? Because Mississippi State is just, I don't know, just a polarizing football team. I think they're going to lay an egg on the road and lose this game outright, and Arkansas is going to cover that 5. It's a weird line. NC State, Florida State. NC State favored by 2.5 at Florida State. Take Florida State to cover. I think they're going to pull an upset. What do you think of that? LSU, Alabama. Alabama favored by 28.5 against LSU. Can you believe this? And they're going to cover the 28.5. Never bet against Alabama. Take Bama. Tennessee, Kentucky. Tennessee favored by 1 on the road at Kentucky. Take Kentucky. You're getting that point, but I think they're going to win this game outright. Iowa, Northwestern. Iowa laying 12 to Northwestern. At Northwestern. Northwestern's horrible. Take Iowa to cover the 12, even though their offense stinks. Boise State, Fresno State. Fresno State favored by 5. Take Boise State. Fresno State's going to get upset here. Oregon and Washington. Oregon favored by 7. Washington kind of ticked them off with the whole academic thing this week. Oregon's going to route. Take Oregon laying the 7. Indiana, Michigan. Michigan favored by 20. Indiana is horrible. Michigan will cover this one, lay the 20. And finally, San Diego State and Hawaii. San Diego State favored by 7 on the road. Hawaii stinks. Take San Diego State to cover. There you go. Make a lot of money, everybody.